The year is 1998, November 19th. It's a cold winter night, and a small indie game was just released. It's by the small studio called Valve. You've never heard of them, but decide to give the game a chance anyways. The game is a masterpiece, and everyone else thinks so too.
Half-Life is one of the most influential and groundbreaking FPS games ever made.
Half-Life? More like no life.
It doesn't just stop there though. In the coming years, Valve would continue to prove themselves through their games, releasing beloved and critically acclaimed games like Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike, Portal, Dota 2, and Left 4 Dead. And even if you're sitting there watching this video on your computer saying, "Those old ass games?" Please, I'm a video game elitist. I play games like Valorant, Apex, and Fortnite. And if there aren't flashing colors in my face every 2 seconds, I turn the game off. Sorry, that was pretty rude, but chances are you still have a small program on your computer called Steam, the largest video game distribution service in the world, developed by Valve. But now we jump to August 2024. The online landscape has changed, with PC gaming being more popular than ever and more people using Steam, and even more people falling in love with Valve's games. More specifically in what Valve does best, innovation. Time and time again we have seen Valve take an idea and innovate it, from the first-person shooter with games like Half-Life and subsequently Half-Life 2 to even Portal and Team Fortress 2, and that's just the first-person shooter genre. If I were to list off all the genres Valve has innovated and set the industry standard for, we'd be here all day. But at this point, the last major Valve release was Half-Life Alyx, a game made exclusively for VR systems. Well, that's if you don't include Counter-Strike 1.5 and Aperture Desk Job.
You are a product inspector.
A tech demo for the Steam Deck. But ever so slightly, the rumbles of a new Valve game had begun to surface. As leaks slowly surfaced of not just a new game in one of Valve's large library of IPs, but a brand new IP, something wholly original. And on one faithful August day, the floodgates open, with hundreds of content creators sharing gameplay footage and much more on a game called Deadlock. Oh my god, I fucked that Paradox in the ass.
But I'm not Paradox. That's me.
Yoink, my kill.
Yeah, my kill, you better not take it. You mother.
I might be dead here. Oh, I fucking stunned him. Good shit. Stunned his ass too! Oh, I might be the goat. I might be the goat. I might be the fucking goat. But what is Deadlock? Deadlock is a steampunk-inspired 6v6 MOBA, or a multiplayer online battle arena, where two teams of 6 go head-to-head in a large arena resembling a steampunk New York City called the Cursed Apple. An alternate version of New York City where an event called the Maelstrom happened, making ghosts, demons, monsters, and just about everything paranormal the norm. And in present day, two godlike beings have appeared in the Cursed Apple vying for power called the Patrons, with each patron promising to grant wishes in return for anybody that helps to summon them. This map consists of 3 lanes where enemies will battle for control over an area, pushing their group of NPC minions towards an objective. In this case, it's called the Guardian. All the while killing enemy minions and monsters spread throughout the map to earn souls. These souls can then be used to buy upgrades for your character, ranging from stat boosts like increases in health, stamina, ammo, and more, to items that can heal you or your allies, slow down enemies, or allow you to reset the cooldown of an ability, with the ultimate goal of reaching the center of the enemy's base where you must destroy the enemy's core. And you're probably saying right now, that sounds like League of Legends, and you'd be right. But instead of playing from a top-down perspective, you instead play from a third-person point of view, which allows the Cursed Apple to feature more verticality in its map designs, ranging from sprawling rooftops to cramped underground walkways. And combined with its movement system of dashing, sliding, wall jumping, climbing, and much more, not even limited to the player's moveset, with various ropes, launch pads, and teleporters spread throughout the map, allowing for easy and most importantly fun traversal. And upon release, this game took much of the PC gaming community by storm, with its invite-only style release creating a sort of club where you gotta know someone to get in or be extremely hot.
Huge. Don't know what that does, but I bet it's huge. I feel like my movement speeds increase. Oh, what a shot.
But even with the invite-only beta, the game quickly jumped in player counts as the news spread, peaking at around 170,000 players in early September, and steadying out around 20 to 40,000 in the coming months. And throughout the coming months, Deadlock would undergo many changes that would help to hone in on the gameplay, design, and world of Deadlock. The most blatant of these changes being in its map design, where upon launch Deadlock was instead played in forward lane, with the two outer lanes instead being 1v1s. They changed this around February 2025, most likely in an attempt to build a more familiar feel for those coming from games like Dota and League of Legends. In a way, I feel this took away some of the originality that Deadlock brought to the table, but also I feel this change allowed for much easier balancing on the dev team's part and encouraged team play more as it shrank the map, allowing for players to be closer together, which just means we'll see a lot more interaction within a team. Some smaller quality of life changes include changing the layout of the in-game item shop, as well as changing the icons for most, if not all, the items. This even affected the map in some ways, as the buildings around the map had their designs changed and or updated in some way to better fit that steampunk aesthetic. And speaking of changed designs, many of the original 21 heroes' designs have been slightly tweaked or completely changed, most blatantly seen in characters like McGinnis that are totally unrecognizable from their launch counterparts. And lastly, we have all the new heroes that have been added over the year, with a total of 11 new heroes being playable, with each character feeling fresh and something you'd almost never see in other games. From punk rock ghosts, Frankenstein's monster, vampires, hotel doormen, and even librarians. Deadlock ensures each character has its own playstyle and most importantly is fun. Well, everyone except Great Talent. Fuck Great Talent. And all these changes couldn't have been done without the community support, with developers being very vocal on how the community's opinions impact the game. But with that said and done, we now reach modern day. August marked 1 year since Deadlock opened to the public. Kinda. And as time has gone on, Deadlock has shown that it is truly a love letter to the MOBA genre, and that passion seeps into every part of the game, from its art style that shows off a grimy and monster-filled New York City, while still being bright and colorful when it needs to be, like in its cel-shaded cast of characters. World building with its unique setting and interesting character dynamics, each having their own goal and roles in the story. Character design with each character feeling unique in both their playstyle and looks. UI with much of the user interface being easy to understand and welcoming to new players of the genre. And especially in its gameplay with a mix of third-person shooter and MOBA gameplay, it certainly isn't the first of its kind, but it definitely is one of the best at what it does. With the game not even being officially released, Deadlock is some of the most fun I've had in recent years in online gaming, and especially in the MOBA scene. Whereas games like League never captivated me, Deadlock is a fresh take on the genre. But looking back, it's only natural to look forward. What can we expect in a year from now? Well, Deadlock has come a long way from its beginnings, looking more and more polished than ever. So I think it's safe to say that sometime next year the game will truly go into an open beta and maybe even see an official release sometime in 2027. Here's hoping. With no doubt in mind at least that the game will be able to hold its prevalence till then, with how polished the game feels at this stage of development alongside more characters, balance changes, hopefully to great talent, and maybe even we'll get a look at some form of monetization, whether it be through in-game microtransactions, like skins, or some other form. But where we stand now, Deadlock is in a really exciting place, and I and many others can't wait to see where the game goes. But now we reach the end of the video. Whether you love Deadlock or hate it, G-Spree or Chaotic, I am looking at you guys.
Dude, I gotta hit all the buttons on my mouse and half the buttons on my keyboard just to like be able to lane?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. First impression's not great, I'm not gonna lie.
JK, that clip is like horribly out of context. Go subscribe to G-Spree or Chaotic though. Really cool guys. Happy they let me introduce them to the game. Even if they didn't like it, I hope they had fun. And we can try it again sometime. No, we are gonna try it again sometime. Either way, it's hard to deny the potential that Deadlock carries with it, especially with the Valve name tied to it. And personally, I can't wait to see where it goes. But that's all for me. I'm gonna go play Silk Song now. Bye!